Let's All Laugh at the Sugars, Part 15. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and we're overdue a slice of sugardom, aren't we? As we embrace the dim-witted morons that are the Sugars, easily identifiable by the fact that they can't spell their queen's name correctly, the fact that they accuse people of racism when there's no evidence to support it, they do so with a knee-jerk reaction, that they regularly engage in racism themselves, and they repeatedly are hypocritical, contradictory, and downright idiotic. But nevertheless, they still provide us with a huge amount of entertainment as a consequence of their deluded and foaming-at-the-mouth responses. Occasionally, a number of them make an appearance on my channel, and therefore it behooves me to select some of these observations, which I can then present to you for our entertainment. Accordingly, I would now invite you to ensure that there's no liquid in your mouth, that your false teeth are affixed, that you're not chewing on anything to avoid the risk of choking, and that you can settle back as we now laugh at the Sugars. First through the door is Fatima Charty, the content creator of this so-called channel. Why is it so called? It is a channel, whichever way you look at it. If I was doing a channel about cookery, it would be a channel. If I was doing a channel about different types of cuckoo, it would be a channel. If I was doing a channel about the mighty Manchester City, it would still be a channel. So, Fatima, I would suggest that you attempt to use grammar correctly when you explain what you're writing. The content creator of this so-called channel should really be grateful to Harry's wife for existing! Why do we need an exclamation mark? Would be jobless without her. Another exclamation mark. Well, actually, Fatima, I wouldn't be jobless because I have a range of professional interests which keep me gainfully occupied. I have fingers in various different pies, which I could continue to do so without running this channel at all. So, Fatima, you're wrong, but invariably that's the way of the sugar, that you just jump to conclusions without actually looking at the evidence. No other topic but Harry's wife. You are sick and obsessed. No other topic. No other topic, you see, valuable viewers. For instance, I didn't recently roast James Corden because that isn't a topic related to Harry's wife. I haven't done any videos about Chrissy Teigen saying that she's a bully. I didn't, for instance, talk about the guru narcissist in a short series including about Durek Verrett. I didn't talk about Princess Martha Louise, the empath's way. I didn't start the series about the Norwegian princess, the crown princess. I didn't do that. Nor did I talk about Chrissy Teigen's surrogate claim. I didn't mention about Donald Trump and the recent verdict against him in the civil trial. That, of course, is because all I ever talk about is Harry's wife. I didn't mention, for instance, that Prince Harry was booed. I didn't do a series about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. No, that didn't happen. I didn't do videos about asking was any of it real. I didn't do any videos about the narcissist collides. In fact, Fatima, you moron, if you'd bothered to look, but you never do because of you thickos, you'd found there are thousands of videos about topics other than Harry's wife. Indeed, there are more videos about other things than Harry's wife. But hey, why would a dunderhead like you, why would a cloth-eared idiot such as you bother to look at the evidence? Anyway, let's move on to Sanju Pun. Now, Sanju frequently attempts to throw racist and unpleasant comments around, but invariably, because it entertains me hugely to wind Sanju up, I delete them. As you can see, the Duchess of Overseas forms the avatar. H.G. Tudor. Do you know how Princess Harry's wife, that's not her title, got narcissism in the first place? Yes, I do, because I've spoken about it many times, Sanju, which you would understand if you actually listened, you half-wit. I know because she comes from the broken divorced family home, just like Prince Harry, Charles, Camilla, William and Kate are also narcissists. No, they're not. Harry isn't, Charles is, Camilla is, William isn't, Kate isn't. So you got most of those wrong. Are also narcissists who always get angry. Can you provide us with the evidence that shows that William always gets angry, and that Charles always gets angry, and that Kate always gets angry? Can you show us the evidence about them bullying and being hateful and totally horrible towards their staff? Because there isn't any evidence with regard to that behaviour. But H.G. Tudor wouldn't foment, whatever that means, on that, nor will attack that white narcissist British royal family. Do you mean the videos that I've done about King Charles pointing out that he's a narcissist and Prince Andrew is a narcissist? Do you mean those ones? This is why you call you racist Nazi H.G. Tudor. Well, you can call me whatever you like, Sanju. It's just a drop of fuel for me. But I sit here laughing at you because you're an absolute thick twat. You call me a racist. You're the racist. You bring race into it, saying that white narcissist British royal family. Why do you need to say that they're white? Oh, it's because you're a racist. But it's ever so satisfying, Sanju, putting a clown like you down. It's ever so satisfying knowing that you repeatedly jump up and down trying to say, H.G. Tudor's a big racist Nazi. And all I do is laugh at you. Penny Louise, I shudder to think what you are doing when you're not literally spewing. Well, I'm not literally spewing out thousands of videos, am I? They're not coming out of my mouth. I narrate them, but the actual creation of the video is done on a machine. So I think you mean figuratively. But never mind. Grammar is not something that we expect to be correct with a sugar. Thousands of videos about the woman you're obsessed with. No, not at all. I'm merely catering to many people wanting to know about her and having her behaviours interpreted. Perhaps if you bothered to look at all of the thousands of other videos that I do, you'd see she's just one part of them. Hope you won't be starring in true crime videos in time to come about the psycho who was bumping off Harry's wife lookalikes to feed his insatiable desire for her. I suspect that's more wishful thinking on your part, Penny Louise, than anything that I would do. I'm too clever to find myself the subject of true crime videos, you see. L. Scott. She is at home, USA, minding her business like you should. Well, actually, I don't need to mind my business because she keeps getting in my business by appearing on feeds and in the news, so I have every right to comment about her, and I do so from an educational perspective with regard to explaining narcissism. She does not have to hide from you obsessed racist weirdos. Why are we racist when we simply point out her behaviours? Once again, playing the racist card like the dunderhead sugar that you are. Didn't your mother teach you not to bully women? No, she didn't. In actual fact, she demonstrated her own behaviours, very different ways that I could bully them. So, but you've not been paying attention, have you, L. Scott, you see? Because that's what you sugars do. You just jump in on one small thing and fail to have a regard to the greater body of evidence. Thus, that's why we know that you're sugars. More sugar nonsense, this time with Linvy the Black Pearl. Tudor is obsessed with this woman. I've already explained why that's incorrect. I wonder if she rejected him. No, she didn't, but you're all going to be learning about that when I shortly release When H.G. Met Harry's Wife, and you'll find out that she didn't reject me at all. When a narcissist hates you, you're doing something right. Well, actually, you're not, because in our mind, you're doing something wrong. But hey, why don't you actually try and watch my videos from a non-prejudicial point of view, and you might actually learn something, Linvy the Black Pearl. Yin Yang 2.0. All of you are racist and haters. Well, that's very good of you to judge hundreds of thousands of people just like that. You're, spelt incorrectly, just mad. She's so beautiful like the ugly British royals. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense, you complete clown. She isn't that beautiful. Granted. She's not the worst looking specimen in the world, but there's plenty of people who are more beautiful, including, of course, the radiant Catherine, which I enjoy telling you, because that'll, of course, cause you Yin Yang 2.0 to explode. L. Scott, back again. It's Mother's Day. You racists can't stop obsessing over Harry's wife for one day and worry about your mothers. Bullying and harassing a woman on Mother's Day is disgusting. You weirdo racist whites. Let it go. Who's being the racist now, L? Happy Mother's Day to Harry's wife. Once again, you engage in the very behaviour that you accuse everybody else of doing, so demonstrating what a terrible hypocrite you are. Nobody's obsessing over her. They're simply commenting about her behaviours. Why would we need to worry about our mothers? People can worry about their mothers and comment about Harry's wife also, you know, because unlike you, most people can walk and chew gum. It's Mary Jane. Not sure who that is in the avatar, but clearly had recent head lice. Really obsessed with Harry's wife, misspelt of course, aren't you? Not correctly, no correct use of the apostrophe either. No, I'm not. I simply create videos because lots of people enjoy watching them, which makes sense because that caters to my prime aims. More people get to know about my name, get to access more of my work, get to access more of my brilliant work about super empaths and understanding the way that narcissists and psychopathists behave. So I provide a vast amount of information, thousands of videos, thousands of blog posts, and it just so happens that I do a lot of videos about Harry's wife because lots of people are interested in her. If lots and lots of people remained more interested in Donald Trump, I'd be doing tons of videos about him because it makes sense to give the people what they want. It's called cultivating and maintaining an audience, but I wouldn't expect someone as thick as you, Mary Jane, to understand that. Instead, far easier just to press that knee-jerk button and go, "You're really obsessed with Harry's wife, aren't you?" Dear, oh dear, oh dear. You concentrate on the head lice, and I'll concentrate on educating people about narcissism and psychopathy. Yet more sugardom. Dulcie Joseph, stop the racist rubbish. On what basis, Dulcie, is it racist? It isn't. The colour of her skin is never mentioned save within the context of pointing out how she looks more like a white person or a Hispanic person rather than necessarily being black. And nothing ever detrimental is said about her being a quarter black. It's simply acknowledged. But it's you that makes it racist. You are reckless with your assumptions. No, I'm not. I carefully consider the evidence. I repeatedly explain, if you'd bother to listen, that I leave it for you to make a determination about the veracity of the material. I provide you with an interpretation. Indeed, there are instances where I call into question some of the evidence. In other instances, I see the probity that it has. Sweet Storm, why are y'all so obsessed with this woman? Sad. Again, nobody is. You're obsessed with suggesting that people are obsessed. It's a lazy response. And there's Sweet Storm again. Y'all too obsessed with these two knuckleheads. Let it go, please. Well, you seem to at least recognise that they're knuckleheads. But once again, it's lazy just to say that people are obsessed. It's not the case. Pauline Quick. The beginning of your video shows that you are very prejudiced against by putting bananas on your cover is stating the fact that Harry's wife is a monkey. Is it? First of all, your sentence is grammatically all over the place. You're the one that's exhibiting an assumption. Where does it state that Harry's wife is a monkey? It doesn't. You are referring to her as a monkey. No, I'm not. Again, identify where there's reference to her being a monkey. There isn't any. You can spend a very long time looking, but the only person referring to her as a monkey is you. And it implies that Harry's wife is a monkey and eats bananas like a monkey. No, it doesn't. How dare you in your subtle, indemeaning and racist portrayal, misspelt, of Harry's wife? And you see, Pauline Quick, you, a representative of the lack of intelligence amongst the sugars. You, a representative of what's so much wrong with this world, that you're quick to become offended without actually looking at the evidence, that you're quick to jump to a conclusion without consideration of the material facts. Your lazy grey matter, your own innate prejudices causes you to make a very elementary error. Namely, if you had bothered to watch the videos, you would understand that the reference to bananas comes from the fact that Harry's wife wrote on bananas herself when she condescendingly issued messages of empowerment and supposed inspiration for sex workers. It's nothing to do with her being a monkey. It's nothing to do with her eating bananas. It's everything to do with the fact that I take the piss out of her because she had her bananas of empowerment. And that just demonstrates, Pauline, that you're the one that's quick to see racism where it doesn't exist. You're quick to be offended where there's no need to be. And you are representative of what is so much wrong in this world, of individuals that find offence where none exists, of individuals who are too stupid, too intellectually lazy to bother to apply your minds to actually sort out the evidence. You could, for instance, have put, HG, I see frequent references to bananas in your videos. Why is that? And then you could receive an answer from me, and then you could evaluate that answer to determine whether you would accept it or not. But no, you just jump to a conclusion. And that's why somebody like me that deals in logic and evidence, that cold-hearted predator, is so much more effective and so much more well-rewarded than a clown like you. Well, there we are. Just some of the sugars that have come my way and suitably dealt with. But know this, valuable viewers, there are plenty more on the horizon. Keep your eyes and your bananas peeled. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.